Good creative mornings, everyone. Good morning. Hello. Woo. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tina Roth-Eisenberg. I'm the founder of Creative Mornings and your New York City chapter host. And I love when people don't stop talking, because that means they're having a good time. Neil, sit down. We love Neil. He's been coming for 18 years, I think. Do I hear some sound? There we go. Good morning, everybody. I also want to welcome all the people on the live stream. I hope you're cozy in bed with a cup of coffee. We're happy you're here, even virtually. Happy release day, everyone. Today is a very special event. This is our first ever release day with the wonderful Sam Furness, who I will introduce in a hot second. But first, I want to say thank you to the organizations that make Creative Mornings possible. What an absolute joy to be back at Newlab. Isn't Newlab just the coolest venue? I call it our Porsche, right? Let's give them a round of applause. I want to thank Mar and Frank and Oscar for hosting us and making this so easy on us. And if you don't know what Newlab is, if you're new to this space, Newlab opened in the Brooklyn Navy Yard in 2016, 10 years ago. And this used to be a naval machine shop and is now a center for applied innovation. Here at Newlab, there's a collective of entrepreneurs, engineers, and scientists that focus on challenges that relate to our sustainable future, energy, mobility, and materials. And Newlab now also has a footprint in Detroit and Montevideo. And if you want to learn more about the space, and also if you're interested in possibly hosting an event here, you can learn more about it at newlab.com. So we love you, Newlab. Thank you so much. Are you glad we welcome you with coffee and breakfast when you arrive? Yeah, me too. That is thanks to Harvest. They are our breakfast sponsor here in the New York City chapter. And if you're someone who needs to track your time, go check out getharvest.com. It's a wonderful app. All right. Raise your hand if this is your first ever Creative Mornings event. I know there's some in here. Welcome. I will give you a hug afterwards. I am not kidding. If you come up to me afterwards, I want you to know how welcome you are here. And so for those of you who are here for the first time, you might actually not know that Creative Mornings happens all over the world. Each one of these dots represents a chapter that is run by generous, heart-forward volunteers. Has any one of you attended a chapter somewhere far away? Oh, she's winning already. I'm sorry, I just looked at Alina. Alina, tell them where you went. New Zealand. I'm sorry, I was just like, who thinks they're the furthest away? She wins. We're moving on. There's actually two organizations that make the globalness of this organization possible. One of them is the Harnish Foundation. Ruth Ann Harnish and her husband, Bill, are supporting us on a global level and have single-handedly changed the trajectory of Creative Mornings when in 2024, they came on as our first ever patron. Their radical generosity has actually made it possible for us to start a new program called Clubs. Has anyone here gone to a club? Oh yes, you're my people. Anyone a club host in here? There's a few of you, I love you. If you have considered maybe starting a club, you should come up to me. Or Crystal. Where's Crystal? Crystal is in the very back there, and she can help you get over the hump to start your own club. Anyway, thank you, Ruth Ann and Bill, for your generosity. And then the other organization, the big global brand, is Adobe, that help us bring Creative Mornings to everyone around the world. As a global partner, they are fully integrated into our universe and recognized at every event. For example, here in Lisbon, or Bengaluru, or Chicago, or Paris, or San Francisco, or Santa Fe, Tegucigalpa, and Hong Kong. And I sleuthed a bit in my calendar and realized that it was exactly 10 years ago in April that I met Heidi, our partnership contact at Adobe. We had our first meeting, and she has been a partnership contact ever since and has been our biggest champion within Adobe. And I cannot thank Heidi enough for catapulting so much our way over all these years, so much goodness. And she's actually here today for this event out of San Francisco, and she's gonna do us the favor and read our manifesto. And every month we have someone special from the community read the manifesto just to remind us why we do what we do here at Creative Mornings. And so Heidi, please take it away. And thank you for 10 years of partnership.
Everyone is creative. A creative life requires bravery in action, honesty and hard work. We are here to support you, celebrate with you, and encourage you to make the things you love. We believe in the power of community. We believe in giving a damn. We believe in face-to-face connections, learning from each other, in hugs and in high fives. We bring together people who are driven by passion and purpose, confident that they will inspire one another and inspire change in the neighborhoods and cities around the world. Everyone is welcome.
Yep. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Heidi. And actually, Heidi is going to announce who the 5 winners are that got a ticket to the 99U conference this coming week. All right. Well, raise your hand. Who put your name in here? A few people. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Okay. Boyan Angelou?
Yes?
Boyan?
Yeah, there's a hand.
Yay! Okay. Priya, who is Fanny Packby. Yay, okay. Catherine Schwartz. Catherine? Ah, there you are. Great. Grace Flandreau. Am I saying that right? Great. Yay! Oh, Grace, perfect. And Pam, Pammy. Okay, there you go. Great. Congratulations. Have a wonderful time at 99U.
Thank you so much. Thank you. If all of you that were just, congrats to the winners. It's very cool. We'll see you there. I'll be speaking too. If you could go afterwards and find Krista. She's waving right there. We just want to double, triple check that we got your email right so that you actually really get your ticket. And thank you, Adobe, for giving away these tickets. There we go. All right, I'm really excited. I think I totally overused this GIF, but it just summarizes how I feel in so many moments of my life. And if I was a dog, I had a tail that'd be wagging like crazy right now. Okay, this month, May, the theme in our Global Creative Mornings universe is Create. And for the first time ever, it was not chosen by a chapter, but actually in collaboration from HQ with our partner Adobe. And we chose Create. Also, we had over 160 themes. And how has Create never been a theme? And we chose Create with the goal to create a really special campaign that gets us away from the algorithm and reconnects us with our creativity. And for that, we have partnered with the remarkable and very unique human, Sam Furness, who's England-based, who's here today. He's a longtime Creative Mornings friend and the founder of Creative Quests. Some of you might remember Sam from his legendary field trips during the lockdown, during COVID, when we played house. For example, this one, I remember I was just flabbergasted at he's just magical. And he basically told us, this is lockdown days, right? And he says, go find materials to make a hat with. And it was the most delightful moment I remember during the pandemic. Sam lives and breathes curiosity, creativity, and possibility. And I actually saw him last year scrappily putting together a pilot for release day. And I followed along, and I was like, this is cool. And then when we pitched Adobe this big campaign, I was like, Sam, do you want to bring this to a global stage? And so here we are after months and months of hard work. And it's an absolute great honor to introduce you to the founder of Creative Quest and the inventor of Release Day, Sam Furness.
Whoa, nearly dropped that one. Happy release day, everybody. Oh, wow, honestly, it feels so good saying those words and hearing them back from people. Have you told people a happy release day today? Have you wished people a happy release day? Yeah? Because today is a celebration. I really miss saying those words. I used to work in the music industry as a music artist manager, and one of my favorite parts of that job was album release day. It's customary in the music industry to wish the people that you worked on a campaign with a happy release day. And, there'd be a flurry of texts and emails and hallway exchanges, lifted glasses, this kind of shared moment. And aside from the recognition of, a job well done, I think what I loved about that moment, that kind of release ritual the most, was that for me, creativity has always been about seeking and celebrating connection. So my name is Sam Furness. I'm the founder of Creative Quest. I'm a new dad. Very exciting. I love you, Saren. And last year, I launched the first release day. Talk about release day, right? I mean, whew. Yeah. I treat curiosity like a creative practice. It started back in 2016 with this year-long spare time experiment that I set myself, where I'd spend a month being obsessively curious about something, and at the end of that month, releasing something about what I had learned. And 10 years later, it's called questing, by the way. I'm now 32 quests deep, and that experiment eventually became Creative Quest. And in 2021, it's a global community and a platform built around the idea that curiosity can transform how we live, connect, and create. These are some of the themes that we explore in our program. It's all based off that original year in 2016. A few years into running Creative Quest and being a full-time founder and an independent artist in my own right, I found myself feeling a little nostalgic for those music industry release day moments, because as an independent creator, without a huge team around me, I started wondering, how am I going to ever feel that sense of swell and community around my individual projects that I put out into the world? Making things can feel lonely, and releasing things can feel vulnerable. And it's so much harder to push through that stuff when you feel like you're alone in that. And I noticed the same pattern in our Creative Quest community and all kinds of other communities, that so many beautiful ideas and experiments and sparks of inspiration that were just staying trapped in people. People were struggling to close the loop and move from inspiration to action. And then one evening, early last year, whilst watching a firework display over the beach near where I live, the spirit of an idea started to kind of come together in me. Individual expressions happening simultaneously, creating an awe-inspiring display that brings together. A moment in the calendar where creators could feel like their work belongs to something bigger than themselves. A global firework display of creativity. So last year, I decided to give it a try in the most scrappy MVP way possible. One graphic, one sign-up page, a couple paragraphs of copy. And from that simple invitation, 4 weeks later, 40 projects were released into the world. And what I learned is that people don't necessarily need more ideas. They need an invitation, a community, and a deadline. Who'd have thought? And so here we are. A year later, and with thanks to CreativeMornings and Adobe, this tiny scrappy experiment has become a global celebration of creative release. Can we get a moment for that number? Over 2,000 people. Incredible. Pledging to release a personal project today. Last night when I was lying in bed and I was sitting there, and my heart was thumping out of my chest, keeping me awake. And I was just thinking about how many people around the world are also anticipating today as their day, because it's their release day too. And I just thought, what an amazing thing to bring people together, that their ideas feel like they belong to something bigger. This truly is the happy release day that I've been searching for since those music industry days. And I think this is really important. I think that the world needs what we're making more than ever. Projects that celebrate our humanness, our capacity for imagination. But the truth is that so many people are scared to share their ideas. They're afraid of criticism, afraid of rejection, afraid of failure. And yes, it's true, hiding your ideas will protect you from rejection, but it also cuts you off from all of the generosity that the world has to offer, all of that possibility. And I believe that when we believe in ourselves enough to see our ideas through from the imagination into their realization, and we communicate them in a way that does them justice, something magical happens. We participate in what I call the great creative exchange. And it's very simple, but it's very powerful. Somebody releases a creation, and we see it, and we're inspired by it. It opens up that sense of possibility for us. So we pour that into something that we create, and we release it to the world. And guess what? Somebody sees it. Somebody gets inspired. They see that you push through the fear, and they go and make something and repeat. The more that we give to this energy exchange, the more that everybody gets back. Simply, making things transforms us. Releasing things transforms others. So I think we need better rituals, better collective rituals, better infrastructure for our creative lives, and more invitations that pull us away from the autopilot that we find ourselves in and into a place of active participation. And this is what Release Day is all about. And it's the future that we're building with Creative Quests, and I think fair to say Creative Mornings too, a future where wildly curious people feel empowered to channel their creativity towards a more connected, playful, and caring world. But Sam, what are you releasing today? Thank you so much for the question. Thank you so much. Well, today I'm releasing two very different types of projects. The first is a song for my daughter, Seren. It's called Welcome to the Worlds. I wrote it throughout May, and it's about the external world that her and I will share, and the internal world that only she will ever know. And over the course of this month, doing the field trips that we ran through Creative Mornings, I actually realized that not every release has to be, shared super publicly, and sometimes releases just have an audience of one. So I'm really excited to get back home next week and play Seren, the song I wrote for her. Thank you. And secondly, today Creative Quests releases our first manifesto. It's called The Quest Life, and it is 12 principles for staying wildly curious and creatively alive. It's right here. It's a beautifully reso printed 3-way color zine. You can go and get a copy right now on Meta Label. I also have various copies with me here today. It is inspired by 10 years of questing alongside our global community, and I want to send a huge, huge shout out to Morgan Duter, Hannah Singelman, Aliena Haig, Sparks, Annie Lee for collaboration on the writing, and all of our Quester community for the spirit that has inspired this. And also to our designers, May and Ella from The Highest Thinker, an incredible design studio that I've worked with for 6 years. They actually designed the Creative Quest brand 6 years ago in the middle of the pandemic, and they helped me turn this weird little side passion project I had into a brand that I felt like I could really share with the world. And fun fact for you, I found May and Ella on a very late night scroll on Behance. So thank you, Adobe. And yes, I did come intentionally dressed as my release. But it's not all about me. It's about all of the people in this room that are releasing projects today and around the world. So today, we are going to hear from 9 people. We did have one dropout. I want to shout out Fiwa, who unfortunately couldn't make it in the end today, but we will share details about Fiwa's project in the wrap-up email, so we're sending lots of love to him. So you're going to hear from 9 people in this room who are bravely releasing their projects into the world, and our role as an audience is simple: to make these people feel deeply seen, supported, and celebrated, because sharing our work is brave. Release is a feeling, and I know that there are so many people in this room, the ones with the stickers on, that you're probably feeling all the feelings today. I also want to just give a big shout out to everybody that is releasing something in this room that is not on the stage today. This is all of your days. But first of all, this is a celebration, so I want us to just practice our celebrating. So we want to embrace some of that like fireworks, celebration, explosive energy. So could we just have a rapturous applause, whooping, hollering, practice round, please. Over to you. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can we get some like firework hands? That's it. That's what we want. That's the energy we need. Okay. So, our first release. Releaser sharing today. Sometimes release is about pushing through, pushing through not knowing. And actually, sometimes the release process can really take you on a learning journey. And I think this release really just like encapsulates that spirit. So I'm going to hand you over to our musical opener. Give it up for Ramia.
3 years ago, I got laid off from my big tech job. I dated someone horrible, and I moved from DC to New York City. And to try and process it all, I got back into songwriting. And I wrote a couple songs during the move, but a couple months after the move, I was visiting DC. I came back on the Amtrak, and on the train, I was writing a song called Home, and I realized, oh shit, this is an album. I'm writing an album. That's sick. And the process of writing this album, I mean, it was written during a turbulent time, so it really shows in the way that the album was created. I mean, I switch genres a lot. None of the songs really sound the same. I knew nothing about music production, and so I worked mostly with producers that I met on Reddit. So there's just like this whole hodgepodge of like sounds and genres and emotions, but it's my hodgepodge of sounds and genres and emotions. And I decided to title the album Hysteresis because I went through all of these major life events, and the person I was before wasn't someone who could survive those major life events. And so I had to change, and I had to change continuously. And it's really personally meaningful to be able to release this now because, I mean, this was all based on events that happened in like 2023, 2024, which it's 2026 now. And so like that past version of myself, love her, she's great. But I haven't been her in a while, and so it's nice to be able to release this and let go of that past version of myself. And with that, I want to share a little snippet from that song that started it all. It's called Home. Love my people, though I know I had to leave. Got too easy, so I had to leave. And now home's in too many places, home's in too many places, in too many parts of my heart, scattered around fractured, 'cause home's in too many places, too many places, in too many parts of my heart, scattered around fractured, 'cause. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. So yeah, no, that's a little snippet. None of the songs sound anything like that. So would recommend checking out my Spotify and Instagram for updates on the album. It'll be out soon. And happy release day.
What a kickoff. What a kickoff. Thank you so much, Ramia. So our second releaser taken to the stage today. When I saw this submission come in, honestly, my heart just expanded, and I'm so glad that this project is meeting the world. I think it just like, it's two things that I didn't know needed to go together. So I would like to give a big release day round of applause. Hands in the air for Liz Scroshin.
Hi friends, I'm Liz, and this is Cutting It Up. It is a community-based public access collage meets talk show that I produce and host at Brick Arts Media in downtown Brooklyn. So I'm gonna show you how the show got made, is getting made, and why I'm releasing it today.
It started with an After Effects workshop, which led to a field production class, which led to a television studio production class where I had to produce a proof of concept, which I obviously needed an elaborate title sequence for. which I made in between classes. This got my classmates excited, which maybe helped them become my friends, who convinced me that I should make the whole show, even though I was far from perfect.
Activating, activisming, you know what I mean.
I definitely didn't have it all figured out. This led to practicing in the studio with one of these new friends, which led to us becoming each other's technical directors, which led to us building a crew and learning how to do everything all at once when the crew didn't show up, and sometimes messing up, but we kept going anyway, which is how I ended up making a TV show. Little by little, cutting it up became real, and somewhere in the middle of learning robo cameras, lighting grids, audio boards, and public access television, I produced over 20 episodes. Welcome back to Cutting It Up.
Oh, you're not so quick. You're not real heads. It's not that bad.
That is exactly what Collage is for. This week I'm submitting the first 5 episodes to Brick TV for a weekly slot. Because while I kept telling myself I was still practicing and not yet ready to submit, somehow I ended up with an actual first season. Which, in retrospect, probably means I should have submitted it sooner.
It's your turn. Go cut something up.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I went back and I was scrolling through Instagram and I was like, how do we connect first? And it was Creative Mornings, bringing people together.
Creative Mornings.
Truly.
So thank you. While I wait for my assigned time slot on Brick TV, you can follow along on Instagram and see some of the full episodes on YouTube. Thank you.
Collage and talk show. I mean, genius. I cannot wait to watch that. So our next release, there's such an amazing spirit to this project. Sometimes we release things into the world because we want to be seen. Yes. We want to be seen. And in the process, we help other people feel seen through putting it out there into the world. Sometimes releasing is not about reaching all the people, it's about reaching the right people. So I would love for you to give it up, give some big release date energy to Tomoko Matsukawa.
Hi, everyone. Building something requires a small seed of inspiration and a gentle nudge. For me, the small seed of inspiration came from Kevin, who used to work for CreativeMornings. We've known each other for a decade. 4 months ago, Kevin and I caught up. He was sharing some of the things he was building for himself, for his family, for fun. That planted something in me. In April, big client work had wrapped up. I had an extra time. I was a little bit restless. My partner saw me and said, "Why don't you use this time to build something you really want to build?" That was a gentle nudge. In New York, there are so many events related to Japan, but the information sources scattered across Instagram, website, emails, word of mouth, and also the free paper that's piled up at the entrance of Japanese grocery store, if you know what I mean. So I opened Claude and sent some 2 links and said, "Can I build something like this for a family like me in New York?" Because I didn't have enough time to be on top of those resources compared to when I was single, but I actually needed more of those because I'm a mother of 2, 5-year-old and 1-year-old. And thank you. My partner is not Japanese, so I'm the only one who will be able to share some culture, Japanese culture, to my children. But I didn't have time, and I wanted to create something for myself. And one thing led to another. As you can see, Claude supported my journey, and NihonFamily.com was launched between childcare and client work and everything in between. As many of you, I wear many identities. And today, what I'm releasing is an outcome of listening to one of those identities and listening to what I wanted. And my son's friend, Sesame Street Elmo, said, "I wonder what if, let's try." And this is an invitation for you to wonder what part of your identity is wondering. And maybe you can try something new. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Tomoko. So our next releaser is a great example of how sometimes when we're creating, it's about connecting with kind of like almost like a past version of ourselves that we recognized a kind of a playful spirit in, or a spirit of possibility. And sometimes as we kind of go further down the track, we begin to feel distant from that part of ourselves. And I think this next project really represents how releasing something can help us kind of like actually invite that past version of ourselves back into the present to play. So I would like for you to give it a big release day round of applause, firework energy to Annika Lindenberg.
Good morning. So my name is Annika, and I run Dirty Bandits. It's a branding, illustration, and mural design studio in Brooklyn. In 2011, I graduated from the Type at Cooper program, and I learned a few things there. I learned that lettering is the illustration of words, typeface is a full set of characters, and a font is a piece of software. I also got a strong sense of understanding of letter forms, a sense of what goes into making a font, and an acute awareness of what a talented, precise, and super critical at times bunch of designers the type community includes. I was inspired, I was impressed, and ultimately I felt like I couldn't measure up. So you see, between 2011 and 2025, I released 0 typefaces. But now, in 2026, I've released my first 4 typefaces. To be fair, I had already drawn 4 of these typefaces prior to learning about release day at the beginning of the year. But they were doing what the majority of my personal and passive income projects do, which is nothing. The first 80% of all projects I love and I'm all in, and then the last 20% is oddly impossible feeling. This is also, by the way, how I pack. But I've learned that there are many options of different ways to create and sell fonts. There was a lot of questions that came up along the way. Also, there's so many dang glyphs. It's like you think you're making 26 letters. Yes, surprise, 194 is what you need in order to post it online. But there were some real unexpected wins that came out of this release day. In order to take things from simply the alphabet on my computer, I made sticker sheets, I made different type specimens, I mocked up what my typefaces might look like out in the world. And my absolute favorite thing is that my kid and I can sit next to each other on our iPads and both draw fonts together.
Thank you so much, Annika. I'm very, very happy that release day helped you get past that last 10%, the dreaded last 10%. So our next releaser, sometimes creating and releasing, it can kind of be about seeing a need in the community, and in this need, it just sits there, and you're like, oh, why hasn't somebody done that thing? Maybe I'm the person that's going to do that thing, and eventually, hopefully, you go, actually, I am going to be the person that does that thing. So yes, this next release has also been really present in our online private virtual community that we've been hosting throughout May on the Dark Forest operating system. It's a cool place. You should come and join there. It's like where we're building community around and conversation around each other's projects. Been posting lots of works in progress, and I've loved seeing how this idea and the branding has evolved. So give it up, release day energy for Pam Roller.
Hey everybody, good morning. I'm so happy to be here to share with you what I've been working on. I'm calling it the Blank Wall Project, and the vision is to create a marketplace where creators who have work to share can be matched with businesses who have space to host it. Thank you. The idea stems from my love of New York. Sorry for the tears. I'm very easily moved. Anyway, one of my favorite things about New York is the energy from all of the brave and wonderful people who come here to pursue their creative dreams. I think that should be celebrated. And so this idea kind of, I think, maybe can help this community a little bit. So yeah, I've been thinking about this for like a year, and I've been journaling and writing notes. I started this digital whiteboard that is out of control. And what happened is this vision got so grand, I just didn't even know where to start. But enter release day. And the support of the community and the structure and the deadline has really helped me to actually get some work done. So over the last month, I put those sketches to pixels, and I created a baseline brand and logo, and I synthesized all those notes into a pretty solid value proposition, and I created, sorry, I just hit it again. I created the landing page, so hopefully I can start gathering some feedback and gather a group together to put a pilot together. And if anybody's interested, please hit me up. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you for your time. Thanks so much.
What an amazing project. What an amazing project. Sometimes an idea, we feel like it's something that's just a private kind of creative practice, or something that just exists in our imagination. But then maybe at some point that shifts and we think, hey, maybe this thing that I just make for myself, maybe it's something that could have value to other people. And that's really what we saw in this beautiful project. So I'd like for you to give a big release day energy for Emily Garfield.
Thank you. I want to start by asking you all to think for a second about the route that you took to get here. What was your path to get here this morning? Was it smooth? Or were there some memorable moments? Was there some weirdness? And how did that affect how the path is encoded in your mind, what your mental map is? So I'm Emily. I paint abstract watercolor maps, and I walk a lot. I'm from here. I wrote my college essay on walking in New York, and I never really combined those two things. And so when I heard about release day, I was like, oh, I'm going to finally try. So what I'm releasing is a framework for painting your mental map. It's during and at the end of a walk. I'm really interested in mental maps because everyone has one. They're all different. We're all seeing a different part of the elephant, as it were. And they're all valid. There's no reason why the map in your head that was affected by the weirdness on your route is any less valid than this arbitrary 2D plane version of a 3D messy world that we use to navigate. So my dream is to release this as a event, as a walking tour. I want to do a guided painting map tour, and I haven't found the platform for that yet, so I'm releasing that dream. I'm releasing just the concept in my mind, and I am releasing a little mini zine that you can grab from me if you find me later. So thank you so much.
So stunning, so stunning. Okay, our next releaser. This project, it's like the story behind the making of the project is just super inspiring to me, and really shows how creativity can be about really building community. And like sometimes with a project, we really have to accept that we're starting from scratch, and accept that that's going to take us on a journey, and we're going to discover new people and places and practices along the way. So can we give it up, release day energy, for Elena?
Kia ora, everyone. Let me try something. Could you put your hand up if you feel Not yet. If you feel uncomfortable or would feel uncomfortable turning to a stranger and sharing how much money you have and how much money you earn. It's like 80%? Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, I'm starting my talk now. Recent study found that 80% of Americans find it uncomfortable talking about their finances. What I did a few years ago when I was still back home in New Zealand is shared my earnings and my spendings from my little community organization I used to run. And it started a lot of conversations with my friends who run purposeful, impactful community work as well about money and how uncomfortable all of us are around money. So what I thought to do is launch a podcast and a storytelling series talking about how we reimagine capitalism and talk about money in the way of wealth for liberation's sake and not wealth for, you know, corporate greed and what Americans love here sake. So it feels very different because I spent most of my life in New Zealand building very local things. So it feels like starting from scratch in New York and kind of scary. I put all my notes. I bought a microphone with a gift card for Christmas. I met a friend at a poetry event and asked if I can use his song as my intro. I made some inspiration boards, asked a friend to help me figure out how the fuck do you do podcasting, and asked another friend to take pictures of me who's a film student. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. I interviewed 6 people that I reached out to via like Instagram, events, and LinkedIn. Yay to LinkedIn, adulting. And I learned a bunch of things, like, for example, how to be an ethical real estate agent and how to live in Silicon Valley for $20K a year pretty well, and how much it costs to sue your landlord to make your building rent controlled. Woo! I have many other ideas and things that I want to do and interview people, including running clubs with Creative Mornings around making art and talking about money and reimagining capitalism. So follow along and listen in, and thank you.
Release Day, Reimagining Capitalism. Just one project at a time. Okay, this next releaser is actually a return releaser from our pilot last year. Nachari, maybe you put 2 projects out last year, is that right? 2 projects out. So this is the 3rd Release Day project for this releaser. I also have the pleasure of knowing this releaser through our Creative Quest community, and know that, like, anytime I end up in a breakout room or a conversation with this human being, that I know that I'm going to be taken to an amazing imaginary place that's full of possibility and joy, and I'm so glad they're here today. So could you give it up for Nachari Riley?
Hi everyone, I was so excited to be here that I did my presentation backwards. So I'll tell you the name of the project. It's called Disclosures Are Us, and that's how this presentation will unfold, by a series of revealings. And during one of our creative quests, we had a guest speaker, Lucy Cran, who said, "The process is revealed through making." And as someone who came from an academic research background where everything was put into neat little boxes, that terrified me. And so I was just like, ooh, keep going. So I decided to do a series, pretty much a year of questing, from sculpture to maps to the actual release day, and also to letters, to really ask myself and push myself to questions that created more questions. And I think one of the biggest questions that I thought about was how I can lean into those areas of discomfort. And so I really thought about taking the materials, the inner world of the creative quest. You know, a lot of people think about the physical materials that we produce. But for me, I think the process that's revealed is our own inner world and our own imagination. And through that process, being able to discover parts of myself that I could continue to unlock, and things that were absolutely fascinating, cosmic, and amazing. through my heart, following my joy, experiencing sound, feeling the shape of a story, and also telling the damn truth. So I pushed myself to take audio storytelling courses, and then that evolved into music production at Studio 40 with the New York Public Library, if anyone else is interested, for free. And once I saw release day, I said, let's go! I was in the middle of just one song, and I said, I'm going to push it to 6. I don't know what happened here. Test. Oh, perfect. So I said I was going to push it to 6. And then last night I said, nah, I'm going to put it to 3, part A and part B. So this is a part of part A. And I'm just going to do a little, this is just a ritual for us to put the sound out there and release the EP officially. And Disclosures Are Us is official. Thank you all. Happy release day.
I love that. Just a little tantalizing snippet of Disclosures Are Us there. I can't wait to listen to the rest of that. We're on our final releaser. Oh, gosh. I just want to just do them all again. Should we do them all again? No, we don't have time. Okay, so this release is our first, is our only collaborative release of today. 3 people. And what I love about this is that sometimes releasing is about coming together with other people and collaborating and ultimately creating and sharing something that you couldn't have done on your own. I really know that through making this zine. It wouldn't be possible with the collaborators that I worked with it. So would love for you to give it up extra big, because we got 3 people, so we need 3 times as much energy in our final release moment of the day for Granger Wilson, Tanya Gupta, and Mosiah.
Hey guys, thank you. Hi, I'm Granger Wilson. I'm an animator here in Brooklyn and the co-director of Jesse's older brother. I'm with Tanya Gupta, who is our creative director and executive producer, and Mosiah, who is the musician, co-director, and star of the project. Before we get into this, I would just recommend scanning Mosiah's QR code up there. You can listen to the full album. I recommend listening to it in one go, and you can check out the videos that we've released so far. So today we're excited to release the music video for Spill. You can see the orange arrow pointing to it there. This is one of 10 music videos that make up a visual album that we created over about 9 months last year to complement the release of Mosiah's latest album. This was a fully independent project that we did just because we kind of decided it would be fun to do. It was all nights and weekends for, like I said, about 9 months of work and about 6 months of actual animating. This is a single shot camera move through all 10 music videos that kind of takes you through the world of the album, and it's a little bit of a yearbook photo for the memories that we're trying to kind of capture in this project. This video in particular is our favorite from the project. It's my personal favorite. I think you guys would agree. And we're super excited to release it today on release day. So I'll show just a quick 15-second clip from the project here.
Out of the clouds or when the rain, when do I go my separate ways with all that I carry day to day?
Awesome. Yeah, if you want to check out more, that video is live now. You can find it on Mosiah's Instagram. Awesome. So just to share a little bit behind the scenes here, this project started with 3D scanning Mosiah in a couple different outfits. Those 3D scans were then brought into Blender, an open source animation program. We then use that as a basis for doing motion capture. Anyone who's done this knows it works perfectly the first time. Just ignore this. We then built out the room in Blender. Every object that you see in the video is hand animated, which leads to sort of a keyframe nightmare. We created a custom toon shader for that 3D look, cloth simulation and fluid simulation to bring everything back into the real world. And like I said, it's one continuous camera motion through the full video and the full 30-minute film. We'll release that full film soon, but for now, we hope you guys enjoyed the music video for Spill, and thank you to Creative Mornings for having us.
Okay. Can we get some release day energy back in the room? And could the people that, yeah, okay. Could all of the releasers who just got up on stage and anybody that is releasing a project today wearing a sticker, please could you stand? Could you have your moment? Anybody that releasing a project, come on. Every single person standing up right now, that is a universe of imagination, of creativity, of hopes, of possibility. So I take my hat off to all of you. Happy release day. You know, when we are brave enough to share our ideas to the world, we set a series of events into motion that we can't ever quite predict. We increase our surface area for possibility, and I'm so excited to see what ripple effects these projects and just the whole of release day creates into the future. And it's something that, you know, me, Creative Quest, and Creative Mornings and Adobe are really thinking about is like, how do we take this community of release support going forward? So, you know, stay tuned, basically. There will be support coming. Stay tuned to the wrap-up emails on how we can continue this release day energy and supporting your projects long into the future. Very, very important public service announcement. I'm hosting some release day drinks this evening. So if you fancy swapping coffee for a cocktail or mocktail, I will be in the lobby bar from 6 p.m. at Ace Hotel Brooklyn, breathing a big sigh of relief, or sigh of release, I should say. And honestly, I would love to just speak to as many people releasing projects as possible. So please come, bring your friends, bring anybody. I'll be there from 6 p.m. today with some of the Creative Mornings crew. I am so grateful to you for showing up today and showing so much love to Release Day and all of our releases. This, honestly, collaborating with Creative Mornings, the whole team in Adobe is like, it's dream come true vibes for me. I won't lie to you. So yeah, thanks so much for being here, and yeah, happy Release Day.
Isn't he amazing? Can we give him another round of applause? All right, before I'm going to let you all go, these events would not be as smooth and as wonderful if it wasn't for a legendary volunteer team. Abby, Amelia, Angelica, Anushka, Brian, Brianna, Christoph, Ella, Finn, Gigi, Kate, Katie, Kevin, Krista, Kristen, Lena, Lenny, Mary, Megan, Sissy, and Whitney. Thanks to Nelson. You will see how good you look. Nelson is a legend. Thanks to Connie, you can watch these events. She's been volunteering with Creative Mornings for 10 years. She has broken every volunteer record in Creative Mornings history. Thanks to Matthew and Rosario, you can watch the live stream. Next month, we'll have a beautiful new event format. We're going to have 3 amazing humans telling their career reinvention stories. It's Asmaret from One Love Community Fridge, Michael from Botany Cafe, and Peter Marks. He's a former Washington Post theater critic that retired and is now an actor. It's going to be so good. And as always, I want to leave you with a quote. This month's quote is by Henri Matisse. Another word for creativity is courage. And now I want to ask all of you that are releasing something, and to people that have been presenting to come up to the stage. We're going to take a group photo, and all you other wonderful humans, have some more breakfast, have some more coffee. Thank you for being here. Adobe, we love you that you helped make this happen. Sam, you're a legend, and I'm crossing my fingers we'll do this next year again. So thank you all for coming. Sorry, I didn't let you.
Come to the stage. If you released a project today in any shape or form, come get a picture together. Thank you.
It's okay. It'll happen. Yeah.
Oh, we can pack some more people in here.
Here we go. Inspired. I'm always invisible.
Sensory. I'm like, what's happening?
Give you a little bounce.